It is Supreme Court Day as protesters mount roadblock on Lafia Jos Road over Governor Sule's victory at the Supreme Court. A protest has broken out in Lafia, the capital of Nasarrawa State, following the Supreme Court's ruling which upheld the election of Governor Abdullahi Sule. Lafia Jos Road is completely blocked as PDP supporters burn tires at the state secretariat, creating a roadblock for passerby, which has forced motorists to use alternative routes. Although security personnel are present, restoring calm and ensuring no escalation. Shops and business centers, including schools within the Lafia metropolis, have abruptly closed. However, the Supreme Court on Friday, January 19th, upheld the elections of some of the governors whose victory were appealed. The governors include Governor Abdullahi Sule, APC Nasarrawa, where we have riots and protests. Governor Dakwa Abiodun, APC Ogun State. Governor Inuwa Yahya, APC Gombe. Governor Sharif Oboroveri, PDP Delta. Governor Nasir Idris Kauran, APC Kebbi. Governor Obasani, APC Kaduna. These are the governors that the Supreme Court upheld their elections despite the appeal. But Nasarrawa State is different because there is chaos in that state. The PDP supporters have already vowed that they will seek justice, but this is the Supreme Court. What the Supreme Court says is final. Are we expecting violence that will lead to chaos and chaos that will lead to a revolution? Because it seems Nigerians have been waiting for a revolution, and they are waiting for a time when it will spark off, like what happened in Kano State. Many were praying that the Supreme Court will give APC victory so that Kano indigents will protest and it will now affect the whole country. But it seems they dodged the bullet. So what will be the fate of those in Nasarrawa? Did they vote for Governor Sule? Or is it that their mandate was stolen as every other state that is being contested? So far, it is reported that security operatives are on top of the situation, and very soon we are going to have a calm Nasarrawa state. But if it spirals into something else, I think many Nigerians are in support of a revolution that will kick out most of these politicians, because Nigerians at this point in time don't believe in the leadership of some of these governors and some of the APC aspirants, especially the APC. There are other insinuations that the APC would put themselves in power. The APC only gets into power through the courts, not through the ballots. Now find a way to seize power and by some means influence the judiciary. That is what people believe is the mantra of the APC. Remember Oshomole, who said that if you're a criminal, when you join the APC, your sins are forgiven. Now that the Supreme Court has spoken, there is no other court in the land that can reverse that decision. With a specific reference to Ogun State, that is Dakwa Abiodun. When you ask people from that state, they will tell you that they didn't vote for Dakwa Abiodun. But however, during the last elections, I remember how violence rocked the election. Now how thugs were beating people and also harassing voters and PDP chieftains. But at the end of the day, APC, the ruling party, won the election. And however, at the appeal court, they still won at the appeal court. What do you expect? Many of these politicians know that they are not going to win any election if they allow free and fair vote. That is why they apply the use of force. I don't know whether they are applying the snatch it, grab it, and run away with it legacy of the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Remember what he said so. So what is happening now is that let's expect the protests to die down, because Nigerians at this point in time might not have that guts to move on with such protests. The rule of law will be upheld if the people are well represented, not if the courts give their verdict. So far, Kano has been avoided. Now Nasarrawa would be a cake in the board. When you look at the 19 judgments given by the Supreme Court, you see that majority of them were the APC. And what do you expect? Somebody said we are slowly being conquered. We are a conquered territory. The APC is moving in a dimension of creating a one-party state, which will benefit those in power and not the people. But one thing is for sure, and that is, if the people are not in agreement with their government, no matter your policy, no matter the best hands you have in government, there won't be any kind of development. No wonder Nigeria, over the years, have not been getting leaders they wanted, they voted for. That's why you see that inflation is more than 30%. The country's currency is snowballing, is diving, and everything is in ruins. Now, the most important conversation is about the Fulani terrorists and the mayhem being caused in Nasarrawa state. 48 hours ago, the Miyetti Allah launched an outfit of over 2,000 officers that will fight banditry in the state. Remember, Nasarrawa state is not a Fulani state, but Miyetti Allah is launching an outfit of over 2,000 men, 2,000 personnel that will fight banditry in the state. Let's take, for instance, if in Lagos State, the Ohanese Igbo is launching an outfit to protect the interest of the Igbo in Lagos State, what would it look like? Now, the media is quiet on this. Fulani that are the terrorists themselves, Fulani that amongst those people in their outfit, most of them are foreigners, yes, than the local Fulani. The governor of Nasarrawa State was represented at the inaugural ceremony. The army, police, and other sister agencies were also represented at the ceremony, the launching ceremony. Although Nasarrawa, we know, is not Fulani land, the outfit was launched in Nasarrawa State. And then everywhere was quiet. Even the mainstream media was almost very reluctant to report it. Now, if I may say, those terrorist Fulani now are the ones doing the kidnappings, silent slaughter of Christians, and other related terrorist acts. But at the same time, they are the ones craving for security. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever reason or differences some of us have against the ESN, now is the time to lay it aside. Let's come together and see how this thing is playing out. Why would these same people who have not cooperated with the police set up an outfit, and we know how the Fulani thinks and how the Fulani behaves? Would that stop insecurity in that state? Or is it that it's going to reinforce their grip over the state? Now, the victory of Governor Sule is also in relation to how the Fulani wants to take over Nasarrawa state. That is my opinion. You can look at it from different angles. The other PDP guy is seen to be a Christian who would not enforce any kind of sabotage, Fulani, whatever game they are playing, taking away lands, killing Christians, like what is happening in Plateau State. It's always the Fulani. It's always connected to the Fulani and no other tribe. Everybody now knows that Nasarrawa State would politically be conquered if Governor Sule is allowed to continue as the governor. From popular opinion, it is believed that the people did not vote for Governor Sule Lamido, but the court, however, through technicalities and whatever, will give it to them. Now, the poster boy in all of this is the erudite, in quote, lawyer, Olanikpeku SAN, who won the victory for the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the tribunal and also at the Supreme Court, who won for NNPP in Kano, who also won for Governor Sule Lamido. So he knows how to win cases, sort of these cases, despite the fact that people voted for their choice. There is a lawyer that will help foster, that will help drive the agenda of a sitting governor to hold on to power. Well, it is unfortunate in Nigeria. That is what you get when you have people not believing in their agencies and institutions, when you have the judiciary are claimed to have compromised on justice, fairness, and equity over the people and over a nation.